Hi all, in this video I'll be speaking to you about anxiety. What is anxiety? Anxiety is a strong feel of nervousness or uneasiness or worried. You are worried about it more and more, and emotionally, mentally and physically you're feeling weak about it, and especially your physical state is reacting more and more. Maybe you're feeling dizzy, or maybe your stomach is not feeling right inside, and you are showing that nervousness to people, and that people they've recognized, and they also question, are you nervous or are you feeling better now? So these are the conditions you have to understand, and you have to react to it in a normal way, which is very important. Anxiousness, if it's taking you to a ride, and if you have not recognized that your anxiousness is more and more troubling you in your life, and if it's interrupting you, you have to do something for it. Example, if your anxiety is shown on the stage, if you are attending a party and it's shown on the face, people might not feel good about it, and people point on it. There are few people who point on your anxiousness, and anxiousness can be related to social anxiety also. There are few people who have a stage fear. Anxiousness also can be connected to stage fear. So you should have that reflecting feel, and you should know that this is happening to me, and you have to deal with that as soon as possible. There are few conditions which can be connected to a disorder also, if it's troubling you, if it's disturbing your daily life. There are few people who avoid as much as possible people, because they are anxious. They avoid as much as possible their daily life, where it will interrupt more and more your anxiousness if you have not dealt with it as soon as possible. Because anxiousness can always, I'll tell you that it can, it can spoil your confidence level if you have not dealt with that anxiousness as soon as possible. Now, coming back to the tips and the symptoms are: mentally, emotionally and physically you're not feeling right. Mentally, you have all negative thoughts, and physically your heart is beating more and more, and trembleness and dizziness. You're physically feeling dizzy, you're not feeling to attend, or you're not feeling to face the situation in a confident manner. These are the signs you have to consider, and if these signs are again and again occurring to you in your life, that will be an alarm for you, where you have to consult the right person, a counselor or a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and get analyzed by them, and they will take few tests from you. And if they feel that you need help, obviously they'll help. Because you should not ignore few symptoms and signs, and if you ignore it, it will be a problem for you in your life. Now, I'll continue the video, because anxiousness can be dealt by yourself if you are, if you have recognized it, and if you've dealt with it in a right manner. Now, the coping strategies which is important for you to use. The coping strategies for anxiousness is, you have to, as I told, you have to question yourself. You should know, you have to recognize this is the first step you have to take, that you have to recognize the anxious feel inside you. Once you recognize, the second part is you have to talk to someone, the trusted person, whomever it is, about a situation. See, if I face people, I feel anxious when I have to attend an exam, or when I have to attend an interview. These are the few important things in your life which happens to you, and sharing heals you in a ways. Sharing is important. That is the second step you have to take. The third step is balanced diet. Eat healthy, stay healthy. This is very important. Eating plays a very important role. And you know what, if you don't eat properly, your mind, means your brain, won't work properly. So eat well, do not overeat, and avoid as much as possible junk food. And having a balanced diet is very important for the anxious people. And the fourth point what I'm telling is your focus towards the present. Exactly, the present is very important. Once you face the audience, or if you are on a stage, you feel anxious, you start thinking about the happenings, the problems which happens in the future. So avoid as much as the past or the future. Always focus towards the present when you are feeling anxious. Means try to stay focused. Focus is more important to you. Face it, because once you face it, you'll come out of the anxiousness. The last point, what I'm trying to say here is the positive talk. Talk to yourself as much as possible in a positive manner. Example, if you're attending an interview, you're feeling anxious, you're trembling, you're shivering, you're not feeling good inside, your stomach is not fine inside, and it's giving you a wrong signal to you. Talk to yourself and say that I'll be fine, I will be okay, and I will do this interview really well. These are the self talks you should have then and there when you feel anxious about yourself, or anxious about the situation, or anxious about any people. Because social anxiety also is considered nowadays, which is considered that this is increasing social anxiety, because many people are so much addicted to media. When they face people face to face in real, they can't handle it, they feel anxious about it, they don't give eye contact. People who are anxious, they do not give eye contact to people, and they're not confident when they speak. These are the few signs you have to keep in mind. So in this video, I have explained to you in detail about anxiousness. In the next video, I'll be explaining to you in detail about the social anxiety. There's something called social anxiety. It's a term, it's a disorder. If it's extreme, I always say this, if it's extreme, then it's considered to be a disorder. So social anxiety I'll be speaking about in the next video. Please share, like, and subscribe my video. If you have any questions, you can ask. In my next video, I'll be speaking about social anxiety and how to deal with that social anxiety. Thanks for watching my video. If any questions you have, you can ask me.